She ended it. And then she waited. She waited for the pleading texts, the desperate calls, the big dramatic gesture that would prove she'd made a huge mistake. But all she got was silence. And not just a quiet, peaceful silence. A loud, deafening, soul-crushing silence that screamed one terrifying thing: he actually believed her. It didn't hit you right away, did it? In those first few weeks, maybe you felt relief, even a little rush of empowerment. Your friends all told you that you did the right thing. But now, weeks or even months later, that silence isn't peaceful anymore. It's a presence. It's a weight. This is the story of that silent panic, the one that creeps in when you realize he's not coming back, and the brutal truth about what his silence really means. The story almost always unfolds the same way. The breakup happens, and at first, there's space. For the first month or so, this space feels like freedom. You fill it with friends, new hobbies, and all the reasons this was the right choice. You feel justified. But the bonds we form are far more complex than that. Our brains are literally wired for connection, and when it's gone, it leaves a wound that quietly festers. Then comes the shift, usually around 1 to 3 months later. The "you go, girl" texts from friends start to fade, and the new routines feel a little hollow. The silence, which used to be a symbol of your freedom, now feels like a judgment. The space he left behind is no longer an opportunity. It's just empty. This is when the quiet, creeping anxiety begins. The little what if questions that pop up in the middle of the night. This is where the panic starts to simmer, and then it hits you. A tidal wave of delayed heartbreak you never saw coming. It's that sudden, gut-wrenching feeling that this is real. This is permanent. He isn't playing a game. He isn't just waiting for you to change your mind. He's gone. And this realization is fueled by a few powerful, tormenting emotions that have been growing in the quiet. The first is regret. It's a special kind of venomous hindsight. All of a sudden, his patience, his stability, the way he used to look at you, all the things you brushed off are now playing in your mind in painful high definition. The reasons you left, which felt so huge at the time, now seem flimsy, maybe even childish. You start to beat yourself up, replaying every moment, wondering if you just threw away the best thing you ever had. Next up is the fear of being replaced. In your mind, his silence isn't just a lack of communication, it's proof of your lack of value. If he's not chasing you, your brain tells you he must have found, or is looking for, someone worth chasing. Someone who wouldn't make the same mistake you did. This fear taps into that deep, primal terror of being left behind, of proving you're unworthy of love. Every photo he's tagged in, every story you hear of him looking happy, feels like a direct hit to your biggest insecurity: you were replaceable. And finally, what holds all this panic together is the loss of emotional safety. A good, stable partner provides a kind of psychological safety net. Inside it, you can be messy, you can be flawed, you can be vulnerable, and still know that you're safe. When you ended it, you didn't just walk away from a person, you stepped outside of that safety. And now the world feels colder and harsher. The daily reassurances you didn't even notice you were getting are gone, and you're left all alone with your rawest insecurities, the very ones who used to help you soothe. If this is hitting home for you, if you feel like you're trapped in this silent storm of regret and fear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because understanding the pain is the first step, but we're about to move from the what to the why, and most importantly, what to do next. So, what is the why? Why is he so quiet? It's tempting to romanticize his silence, to think it's a sign of his deep respect for your decision. And while that might be a small piece of it, the psychological reality is often more complicated. Let's be honest. His silence is not some secret tactic to win you back. It's a wall, and how that wall was built tells you everything you need to know. In one scenario, his silence is a shield of self-preservation and finality. You ended the relationship. You told him, with your words and actions, that your life would be better without him. A man with self-respect will not argue with that. He will believe you. He will take it as the final word. In this case, his silence isn't to punish you. It's to protect himself from more pain. He's accepted the rejection and has turned inward to heal, a process that, by definition, can't and won't include you. He isn't chasing you because all of his energy is now focused on rebuilding the foundation you just broke. His silence is the loudest possible sign that he is respecting your decision by removing himself completely. But there is another, more troubling reason for silence, one that research warns us about. This is not about healthy boundaries. It's called stonewalling, or the silent treatment. Decades of research show that when the silent treatment is used as a recurring tactic within a relationship, it's a destructive, passive-aggressive form of emotional punishment. It's used to assert control and avoid real conflict. If this was a pattern in your relationship, his silence now might not be strength, but a sign of emotional immaturity. He might be quiet simply because he doesn't have the tools to handle the hurt or anger. So he shuts down completely. This kind of withdrawal is designed, consciously or not, to create intense anxiety and self-doubt in the other person. But here's the secret you really need to get. It doesn't actually matter which it is. Whether his silence comes from a healthy place of self-respect or an unhealthy pattern of avoidance, the message for you is the exact same. The door is closed. That wall is up. And your panic is not your cue to try and climb it. Your panic is a signal that you need to turn around and look at yourself. This brings us to the final, and most important, part. This is where you start to take your power back. For weeks or months, your entire focus has been on him. What is he thinking? What is he doing? Does he miss me? His silence has held you hostage, but his reaction is no longer the point. The real issue that you have to face is your own panic. Let's reframe what that panic really is. Your panic is not a sign that you made a mistake you need to fix. It is the painful, violent sound of your old life dying. It's literal withdrawal. Your brain is in crisis mode, crashing from the loss of dopamine it got from his affection. It's the spike in the stress hormone cortisol that comes from true, unfiltered loneliness. Your panic is the agony of your identity collapsing. The version of you that existed with him, the supported you, the validated you, the safe you, is gone. And your brain is screaming at the empty space where she used to be. That void you feel isn't really about him. That void is a mirror, and it's reflecting all the parts of yourself that you outsourced to him. Your sense of worth, your emotional stability, your vision for the future. You didn't just build a life with him. You built a life on him. And now that he's gone, you're terrified you're going to collapse. The goal isn't to get him to talk. The goal is to survive the void by filling it with yourself. You start by simply acknowledging the pain. Sit with the regret, let it wash over you, not as a judgment, but as grief. You are grieving a future you lost, and that's a valid and necessary process. Don't try to outrun it. Then you start the work of rebuilding your identity piece by piece. Who are you without his reflection? You rediscover the hobbies, the friends, the goals that are yours and yours alone. This isn't just about distraction. It's the intentional act of rebuilding the parts of yourself that were fractured when he left. Most importantly, you have to use this crisis to heal your own attachment wounds. This pattern of pushing away a good thing and then panicking when it's gone is often rooted in an anxious attachment style. This panic is a symptom, a flare-up of an old wound. See it as a painful but powerful opportunity to finally address that core fear of abandonment so you don't carry it into the next chapter of your life. Your silent panic feels like a desperate alarm telling you to run back to him, to fix what you broke. But it's not. It's a signal to run forward, into yourself. It is the final, agonizing graduation from a life that was built on someone else's approval. The real path forward is to build a life so full, so vibrant, and so completely your own that you no longer need his validation to feel whole. The work is to become so grounded in your own worth that his silence is no longer a deafening roar of rejection, but just a distant, irrelevant whisper from a life you've already outgrown. And one day, you won't just survive his silence. You won't even notice it's there anymore. If you're ready to stop waiting by the phone, to stop analyzing his every move, and to start building that unshakable life for yourself, make sure you subscribe. Because taking your power back is a journey, and we're going to walk it together.